northwest of downtown Tampa at beautiful Raymond James Stadium near Florida's Gulf Coast. Just a short time ago, the Buccaneers emerging from their tunnel to the roar of this frenzied crowd here in the Sunshine State. And we're in the big ship, and fittingly, everyone here ready to do battle as Tampa Bay gets ready to match up with the Atlanta Falcons. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And that is incomplete.
So, Charles, you talk about this head coach, and let's face it, this season certainly has not gone the way many had expected or at least hoped. And I think we saw some of that frustration boil over with his weekly press conference earlier this week.
Yeah, we certainly did, didn't we? Because, let's face it, he's heard the whispers, and they're growing louder that he shouldn't be around next year. He essentially stormed out of that meeting you just referenced with the reporters. How did he end it? We're done here. Well, that's a function of losing and all the pressure that's on him. Hear about pressure creating diamonds? In this case, it's bursting the...
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Shaquille Barrett has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss. He'll drop to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 35. So opening drive, third down, they go with a slant. It works.
And I'm wondering when the league's going to figure it out because everyone throws it on third down. You expect pressure, so you want the ball in the hands of the quarterback quickly. It's a 3-step route ordinarily, and you're throwing it where you see the receiver breaking towards you. So it's an inside route. Everyone likes it, and it's executed very well.
And a good sign for them right now to have their young quarterback looking confident on the opening drive.
Now, we haven't met a young quarterback, a veteran quarterback. It doesn't matter. We haven't met a quarterback yet that doesn't tell us he's confident about his abilities, right?
That's true.
But when you're young, it's really important to get off to a good start because it does build up that confidence and allows him to play better as the game goes on.
Especially crucial here on the road. Again, he'll drop to throw. Escaping the pressure right. This one to the right, caught by Valdez-Scantling. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Back to throw again. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll look to throw again. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Falcons take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. It's caught by Mike Evans. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Defense gives up a touchdown the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start.
Mike 13, Mike 13. He's coming, he's coming.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it.
On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Go street. Buffalo 18. Here we go. Here we go. Go.
And second and 10, he'll look to throw again. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. Touchdown, Tampa Bay!
And when we talk about yards after the catch, you think about speedy little receivers, but Travis Kelce was third in the NFL in 2020 in that category.
Yeah, normally when you talk about tight ends, you immediately begin talking about them rumbling down the field, but to me, he was pretty well gliding downfield there. Very athletic for a big man, and he takes this one all the way to pay dirt.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line.
3-5 is where they sit on the year. A very uneven start is certainly not an ideal position to be in at the halfway point of the season. CD, do you see an avenue where they can still be a playoff team, or is that ship sailed?
Well, since you took me to the nautical side, I'm going to try and keep up here because, to me, this ship is about ready to pull out of port. These next couple of games are absolute must-wins for them. Now, if they can win a couple, get to 5-5, maybe they start believing in themselves. But a loss here, that would move them to 3-6. And if that's the case, well, that boat is going to head out to the harbor with them still on the dock.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll set up a throw. Wide open receiver complete. Touchdown Falcons.
For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
And I'll tell you what a bird's eye view I've got here, because that was absolutely something else to watch. Not a lot of wiggle in that. That was catch it and go, and he used those wheels of his to absolute devastating effect.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. 4-4 their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or are they kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, yes, and yes? Because ultimately to me, 4-4 is about where they should be, because we've seen weeks where they've been really, really good. They've looked terrific. Other weeks where we wondered just how good is this team. They want to be consistent in their play, not consistently inconsistent, which is what they've been thus far.
Well, this defense for the Falcons, they were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Airing this one out for Evans. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Mike Evans with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Buccaneers are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Extra point put through by Succop.
And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here.
2nd and 10.
Me and you all day. All day. I'm coming after you.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Flushed out right. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big play that time through the air. 33 yards. Pretty entertaining start. 14 all the score on EA Sports. On first down, here's Love. Room here to run. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown.
So there, Charles, I mean, a situation where it didn't matter how far he had to run. He was not going to be denied, and he winds up taking this all the way to the end zone.
And this is a play defensively where you're just looking around and saying, what was that? What just happened? You're looking at your teammates. They're looking at you. And let's face it, your defensive coordinator, he's not going to tip his cap to him. That's not how football works. But he probably should have after that run. That was absolutely sensational.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
And they are back down to 500 following the loss last week. Consistency has been a real issue for them so far.
Brandon, you almost don't know what team is going to show up every week. I mean, there's no consistency with this ball club at all, and if we feel that way, I know it frustrates the coaching staff, and it also has to frustrate the key leaders in the locker room. They got to figure out how to get coordinated.
And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. On play action, they'll throw. Looking downfield for Godwin.
Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked off at the 24. And he'll bring it all the way back, just a yard or two shy of midfield.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Looking right sideline, that's complete. Touchdown, Falcons. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Falcons are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Coup now for the point after.
He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14.
Following the touchdown, here's Coup to kick off. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Here's 2nd and 10.
You better bring. I'm letting you know right now, you better bring.
Hey, 4-1's Mike, 4-1's Mike.
Hey, I'm coming, I'm coming. Go.
Here comes the blitz as they look to throw. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack.
Cougar 19.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. This is caught by Evans. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line.
41 to Mike. Check 41. Who that? 79 Broncos. Let's go.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
41's a Mike.
Tighten up. Pull it together.
He'll look to throw. Staying on his feet. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Well, you're already up a couple of scores here in the first half defensively, and Charles, they just seem to be playing really free on that side of the football.
I love the observation because with that type of a lead, they feel like they can take a few more chances and be even more aggressive, and it's been paying off for them so far this game.
I got one.
They'll set up to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 11, and he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick six. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Buccaneers 14. Kickoff for Atlanta.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And they just had that pick six. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Looking to throw. Can't get away, and he's taken down. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever.
18 Rattler.
They'll look to throw here. Over the middle, he finds Godwin complete. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. So 4th and 15, but the offense is staying out there to go for it. DeAndre Hopkins making the catch. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the 1st down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way.
And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting them back on the sack. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League. They'll look to throw. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
You definitely would have liked to have hit on that one because now you've got a 3rd and long showing up, and you just know defense is going to be getting after it. They are pinning their ears back, and they are coming.
Check 41. All day, just like that. Just like that.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Going deep for Hopkins. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
2 things you can do in that situation: run and punt the football, or try and take your shot at getting the 1st down. They chose the latter, but they'll have to punt all the same.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. On the move to his left. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position.
I don't know why you would do that. It's almost guaranteed points the other way. I mean, I get it if it's a late-game situation, maybe even 4th and inches. But, boy, that's a huge risk to take.
Yeah, now they're touchdown. Bryce Love with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Falcons are able to add on to their first-half lead. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And not a good return at all. Down inside the 10, all the way back at the 7.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And he is not going to get away. The rush was too strong, and this is going to wind up a safety. And the safety there, another mistake, and these mistakes just keep piling up.
How many more can they make? They put themselves in such a massive hole now. Going to be difficult to dig out from under.
Yeah, for sure they can't afford any more of this. And it's a fumble. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And he returns it to the end zone. A fumble recovery touchdown for the Bucs.
And that's got to be so disappointing for a defense. You force the fumble, think you got a chance at a turnover, and instead, not only do you give up the football, you also give up a touchdown as well.
Yeah, you just think to yourself, you've done all the hard work, right? You forced the fumble, but when they didn't come up with it, I think they relaxed a little bit or maybe lost their focus as well, and it ended up turning out to be a touchdown against them.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And with a little under a minute to go, still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. That ball is caught. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. Touchdown, Falcons.
They can't stop you, son.
Marquez Valdez-Scantling as the first half is winding down.
And the Falcons will extend their lead here just before halftime. Coup for the extra point.
And the lead is now an even 30.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession as they take over with just 17 seconds left before the break. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 19. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. He finds his man complete. That's Love. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. They'll throw now on the final play.
And that is incomplete. Nearly intercepted. The free safety couldn't quite get his hands around it, and it brings up 3rd down.
A bit of a surprise. They're going for it with 2 ticks remaining. No sign of the field goal unit. And he's got it. Touchdown.
Kyle Pitts.
As time expires in the first half.
And the Falcons will extend their lead on the final play of the half.
Well, my education continues in this game. I've got to tell you, because there's not an analyst in the world that would have said pass up the field goal here, go for it, and expect for it to be successful. And it was. I mean, they're playing this one just like a video game.
Especially for the final play of the first half to have the guts to do that. But I guess, what do we say? The end will justify the means, right?
No doubt about it. For you and me, we live, we learn.
Coup able to connect on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead.
With both of these offenses having their way, it's not likely they'll need to be doing a whole lot at halftime. But the defenses are definitely in need of some adjusting. And for the call of the second half, let's go back out to Brandon and Charles.
Yeah, Coach, certainly no shortage of action in those first 2 quarters. Definitely got to work on my touchdown calls, so we'll see how much voice I have left for the second half here.
The first half, no contest. What will the second half bring? As we are back and underway on EA Sports.
And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot. Pretty unlikely, but you still have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in this.
And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. And that catch, he just hit number 800 in his NFL career.
And just think, that puts you in top 35 range all time in the NFL in terms of number of catches. One significant guy in that number, Shannon Sharp, who was a tight end. That's big-time play right there.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Blitz forthcoming as he'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
And down inside the 15 he goes. Back-to-back gains of 17, and they are really on the march now. It's a first down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long
And that is caught, but he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge, incomplete.
We know all the receivers go through those tiptoe drills, right, trying to get their feet down in bounds. But a lot of the times what we don't talk about is when they're up in the air and they catch the ball. You ever notice how they're reaching back with their feet? Not just straight down, but back because they're trying to create enough distance to make sure their feet are in bounds. They weren't able.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Fabian Moreau.
And the Falcons will take over possession here up at the 44.
So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Troy Apke.
And the Bucs are going to get the football here at their own 23.
Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been different.
And now here is another interception. Picked off around the 41. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
But based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Touchdown, Falcons! Marquez Valdez-Scantling. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Falcons use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
Now Younghoe Koo for the extra point.
And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Makes the score Falcons 65, Buccaneers 21.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And last time, one play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in it, and let him fling another one.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Defense wins championships, baby. 79 Broncos.
They're going to look to throw. Caught, Kelsey, left side. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
Well, it certainly doesn't matter if it's been through the air like on this play or on the ground. I don't know what's going on with this defense. In a sense, they've been AWOL on this drive so far. 3 plays, 3 first downs given up. They've got to find answers, and they've got to find them quick.
Well, that throw by Brady incomplete.
He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Check curls, check curls. Alert! Check 26, check 26. Check. Motion to backfield. Motion to the backfield. Go Bandit! Let's go on.
Brady now to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Fabian Moreau.
And the Falcons are going to take over at their own 2-yard line. Boy, Charles, that is now 3 interceptions in 3 consecutive drives, and you can see he's just got a look of disgust and bad body language, understandably, as he walks off the field.
And I think it comes from the fact that he's not sure what he sees down the field, Brandon. I don't know if he's seeing ghosts. I don't know if he just can't read defenses. I'm not sure what it is, but that's why he's frustrated. Think about the defense right now. Every time they run on the field, they've gone from hoping to intercept a pass to expecting to intercept passes. Their confidence at an all-time high.
There he goes right side. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10, 5, touchdown.
At plays like this, that's exactly why you take a Kyle Pitts with a 4th overall pick. So exciting with the ball in his hands, and he showed it off there.
Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And he will not make it to the goal line as his try for 2 is going to come up empty. But that's little consolation to this defense as they have been porous all game long. And they've got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. Well, they were a little too excited to get the football, touched it before it went 10 yards.
And that's so difficult, isn't it? Because sometimes you can just take a bad hop and veer into your lane or into your body. In this case, though, they touched it before 10. Illegal touching is the call.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25.
There's a nice pickup right there. And after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they...
And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. Travis Kelsey with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Bucs are able to get a score back. So he's hit pay dirt twice, but still they're facing that deficit here in the second half.
So they're going to see if they can continue to find ways to get him the football, because obviously something is working for him to find the end zone twice. In any event, however this turns out, he's going to be hard to deal with in the film room, isn't he? He's going to want to know why he's not getting more passes thrown to him.
Those big tight ends are getting greedy. Boy, and now they can't even get a playoff. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5.
Now Mike Vrabel going to tell the offense to go for 2 here.
It's just me and you. 41's coming. 41's in my...
They'll try and throw for it. And it'll be intercepted. Snags it for the pick.
It's interesting that when it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off.
Ridley Ingram to kick off for Tampa Bay.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. Certainly not what they wanted there, so the football by rule comes out to the 40.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
They'll look to throw now on first down. He finds his man, complete. That's Love. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good, soft in spots. And there's an easy throw and catch for another.
And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Falcons. Calvin Ridley, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Falcons get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. The Falcons are going to leave the offense out there. They'll go for 2.
It's going to be a long day. 24's the mic.
They're going to try and run. And they are just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who could make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
Boy, and now they can't even get a playoff. That's going to set them back 5 yards.
And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the sticks, 2nd and 15.
Don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to tear you up. Don't get nervous.
He'll drop to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. And that'll set them back 5. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
It's our field. Hey, it's our house. Mike's 13, Mike. 7 Pirates, go!
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Looking downfield for Godwin. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up. Just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. They love their football in this part of the country, and this crowd is ready to go as their guys will match up with the New York Giants. The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. Throwing, Jones. This one goes out wide for Barkley.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
And no one happier to see that than the Giants fans themselves. Saquon Barkley was used a lot his rookie year, 91 catches, which was a record for NFL rookies. That fell off to 52 in 2019, and then, of course, the injury in Week 2 at Chicago last year prevented him from reaching those heights.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom, quick, 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 and what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Now Jones. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Galladay.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 45-yard line. So they give up the completion there. But defensively, Charles, you're going up against a quarterback here who's had some moments, but really a lot of ups and downs in the early part of his career. What's the plan against a guy like this?
Well, you want to rattle him first and foremost. Bring some people at him, a couple extra guys in the pocket, see if he can handle it. The second thing,
got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. It's a big-time play there for the G-men.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Second down and goal. Jones. Flush to his right. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. From the 5-yard line, will this opening drive yield 6? This is 3rd and goal. Back to throw. Jones. Touchdown, Giants. Sterling Shepard. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Giants take it right down and score on the opening drive. Gano the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game.
Makes the score Giants 7, Washington 0.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The first carry for the Memphis man, Antonio Gibson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Taking a shot for Samuel. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
On 3rd down, Love. Escaping the pressure right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And boy, down a touchdown already, but they're going to line up to go for it on their side of the field. They're going to try and throw.
He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. From their own territory, an incredible play on fourth down. On the defensive side of the ball, that's the definition of frustrated. You get them to fourth down, and then you allow a chunk play like that in the passing game.
Almost felt as if that play was drawn up in the dirt on the sideline. They pulled that from a game plan that wasn't this game, and they still made it work.
And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Dexter Lawrence just creating a disaster there for the offense as that one goes 16 yards in the wrong direction. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. To pass, here's Jordan Love. There he goes inside the 30. And he gets this one down to the 24. A big pickup, 18 yards, but they still stop him well short of the marker.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. Flushed out right. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. Curtis Samuel, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And Washington now an extra point away from tying this thing up. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they were winners in the season opener Sunday. Now they get the quick turnaround game here on Thursday night. But, CD, you say this is an ideal set. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Troy Apke. And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up 1st and goal at the 5. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
Following the interception, Love toward the pylon, caught. Touchdown, Washington. De'Ami Brown with his first career NFL touchdown. And Washington has taken the lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big play that time on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Now this throw caught left side. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds.
And we always say, and I absolutely believe it, Evan Ingram is a wide receiver in the tight end's frame. 63 catches last year, en route to his first Pro Bowl nomination.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's second and a country mile. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch.
And not all spectacular catches are the result of a pass that maybe was not thrown quite right. Sometimes it's thrown in the perfect spot, and you have to just go get it. And he did that right there.
No fear there in the middle of the field. To throw on third down, Jones.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Curl.
And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And all the way down to the 42. A huge play there for Washington.
We spent a lot of time talking about what's going on the field. How about off the field with the evaluation? And they spent a lot of time saying, we've got to get a rookie in here who has big playability. And that's exactly what we're seeing here early in his career.
Drafted him in the spring. Here he is early in the fall making an impact. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. A big connection on that one. 32 yards.
They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
Off the play fake, Love. Rolling to his right. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on second and goal.
29 is Mike.
They will throw again here with Jordan Love. Throw left side complete. That's Thomas. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's third and goal. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7.
Mike 29. Hey, they're scared. They're scared. 29 is Mike. Mike 29. Got one. I got one.
Love, this is third and goal. A bullet throw, but incomplete. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
No movement from the field goal unit. They've got 4 full yards to go here on fourth and goal to hit pay dirt, but they're going to go for it. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. De'Ami Brown with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game.
And Washington is able to stretch their lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And it's now 21-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Dante Pettis now from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I
was going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? Just because he had enough confidence in himself that that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
Meanwhile, Jones' throw here taken in by Ingram.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
He targets Ingram for another grab.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
From the 44, Jones to Barkley on the check down. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second.
That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. More problems here on third down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on third down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
Jones now throwing on fourth down. There's the Washington Husky. It's Dante Pettis. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Back to throw again. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Again, he'll drop to throw. This is Booker on the dump off. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll make it a second down.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts,
as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Devontae Booker, his second touchdown on the season.
And the Giants get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
Extra point try good by Gano. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And with a 7-point lead, they'll likely look to take this to the locker room and not really press the issue.
And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Looking to throw again on second down.
Love. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden...
And this will be caught at the 30. Touchdown, Washington.
I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
And we'll see how they want to play this. Just a little over 20 seconds to go.
He dumps it off to Barkley. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Jones on 1st and 10. Completes it to Evan Ingram. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
Now Jones throwing on 1st down. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. To throw on 2nd and 10. Jones, he'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And the timeout comes in with 2 seconds remaining. So they can trot out the field goal unit for the try before we hit the lockers. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. Gano's kick is good. And that will do it for this first half.
So we've reached halftime here at our nation's capital with the Washington football team on top.
As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
So Washington in a good spot. They got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
And Charles, they got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Love, they go play action now. Slings this deep from McLaurin. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Not too many missteps in the red zone thus far. He was going for his 5th touchdown pass. His man couldn't shake free there, but boy, you know he's going to take another shot before this one's over.
Yeah, exactly, because you know 3 is good, 4 is excellent. You get 5. That's a whale of a game.
Winds up and lets it go for Samuel.
And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. A huge play there for Washington. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Going back to Love. Flush to his right. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. It's a loss of 5 there on the sack to bring up 2nd and goal. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. Forced out to his left. And the pressure gets to him again. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Throwing. Love. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. De'Ami Brown there to make the grab. And Washington going to add on to their lead. The extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score.
Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. 3rd quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up.
And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. They'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Throwing, Jones. Going right side, he finds Slayton. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be a 2nd down.
Jones with a handoff to Barkley.
And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And Ingram holds it in. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
They accepted the risk, and it was rewarded. What a catch on 4th down to create a 1st down situation. But one more time, what a catch.
And what a catch. It was close, perilously close to a turnover on downs, but picked up the 1st.
How about getting his feet down, though? That's footwork. It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
That's caught by Galladay. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now Jones. Touchdown! Sterling Shepard with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Giants are able to draw a bit closer. Gano the extra point, and that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
Hey, check, Mike 21.
On 2nd and 1, Love. He's got it to Gibson.
And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Taking a shot for Samuel. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Curtis Samuel, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd of the year.
And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And the lead is up to 18 now. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do. You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The throw over the middle, taken in. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Jones looking for Shepard deep.
And this one incomplete. Oh, he couldn't hang on to it in the end zone, and that's one that'll haunt you. And now it brings up 3rd down.
The Giants on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Jones.
This one goes out wide for Barkley.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A big play there on the catch and run. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Back to throw. Jones.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
He had to absorb another little bump there from the defense. Another incomplete pass. We've seen a lot of that tonight.
They've come after him all night long. Nothing but pressure in his face. He's trying to stand up there and make throws. It's hard enough to do when the pocket is clear. When you got all those people in front of you.
Oh, and a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown.
Darius Slayton,
his 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Giants have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
Extra point try good by Gano. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
Well, there are two scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. Still going. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Giants touchdown. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
Jones throwing for it. And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And now this fourth quarter becoming very interesting. That pick six makes this a one-score game. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how aggressive they choose to be. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Tight end right. Hey, we got four down.
Once more, Gibson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. Love. And this is caught. It's Brown. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49.
And that pickup of a 1st down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here. Down late, tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now, I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And the Giants are right back in this football game. Oh my, how the tables have turned now. They were trying to salt this one away, but that interception, potentially a game changer.
And I've just got to think to myself, at this point of the game, I know you've been aggressive. I know that's your MO, and that's fine. And all those teams that talk about all gas, no brakes, you better have the emergency lever to pull occasionally. They could have used it right there. They put themselves in a tough spot with that interception.
Now Jones finds his tight end Ingram, and he gets this inside the 35-yard line. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. Jones. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
To throw is Jones.
They'll get this out to Barkley, complete. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock.
Here's Jones.
Throw left side, taken in by Slayton. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Jones.
To Barkley on the check down. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. Short completion, just 4 yards. And that is going to set up a 3rd and 1. He's back to throw. Escaping the pressure right.
Oh, and Jones has just thrown his 3rd interception. Picked off by Cameron Curl.
Well, that puts a little bit of a wrinkle in their comeback bid.
Yeah, everything had turned around for them, hadn't it? I mean, things were now going their way. But you didn't mention it's a wrinkle in their comeback bid. It's not the death knell for them by any stretch, but now they've got some extra work to do in order to climb all the way back.
Love looking to throw. This will be caught at Samuel. And now off to the races, down the right side. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play. So it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Washington,
they at least get the win here to earn a split of their first 2 home games. And now they'll get the weekend off as they get a little extra time to prepare to face the Buffalo Bills. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they will fall to 1-1. And they'll be at home for one next week as the Atlanta Falcons come to town.